Hello, welcome to yourcomputer.com. Today we're going to talk about how you can access your computer at home or at work or any computer that you own from any other computer. All you need is internet access and a username and password, and you can connect and access your computer from wherever. So to do that, there's a couple different programs that you can use. They're free. You can also, buy a pro version, which gives you more features. You can even get sound and printability and all that kind of stuff. So the first one we're going to talk about today is just called Logmein.com. And if you look in the how-tos here on yourcomputer.com for Logmein.com, you'll find a link that you can click on. And, depending on what's going on with Logmein, there may be certain deals or specials that we can offer our customers. And so instead of just going to logmein.com on your own, look at our how-to and find the link and click there, and you can, get a deal if you're going to get the pro version. Or, you can just use the free version. Either way. All right, so I'm going to demo that for you. And so I'm just going to open up a web browser, and I'm going to navigate to logmein.com. All right, so you can see they have a try it free button here, and so I'll just click try it free. And right here, you can just they have a pro version and the free version, and there's another thing called Ignition that let's just use. Click here, and I can put in my email. And you pick a password. Confirm the password. And I'm going to choose my country, United States. And I'm just going to tell it I'm going to use it for personal or business. I'm going to decline from the newsletter, just hit continue. Okay, so you'll get an email that welcomes you, but the first thing you need to do is add a computer to your account. And so this is the computer that I'm going to add, so I'm just going to say download and install software. And it'll pop up here. I can just say run. I'll walk through the installer. Just set it to typical. And you can put in a different description for the machine. The name is fine for me, so. Now, this is required because, if the computer goes to sleep and you're trying to access it remotely, you're not going to be able to access it if it's asleep. And so this kind of overrides your power settings, and it won't allow the computer to go to sleep if you have AC power available. So obviously this wouldn't work, if you have a laptop and it's portable, you can't just leave it on all the time. It's eventually going to run out of battery. But in my case, this is a desktop, so it should be fine. All right, so we got it all installed. I'm just going to turn off the little launch Logmein when finished. All right, so I'm just going to minimize the website here. So everything's installed. Now I can access this computer remotely. And, it uses the same username and password that you'd use on your computer. You don't necessarily have to have a password. Your Logmein account has a password, and so you're secure on that end. But it puts this little icon here in your start menu, and so you can double-click this and bring up the Logmein console, and you can set additional options for how things work when you're going to connect. And so so this kind of walks you through that. You can try access from a nearby computer. You can try the features locally. You can just to tell it not to show the screen again, and then just look through the tabs here You can just turn off Logmein here, and so nobody can connect anymore. You can send a desktop sharing invitation. You could send that to somebody else, and you could share your desktop with someone. You could also share files. Here's the invitations that you have active. And so this is good. Say you want somebody else to help you with your computer. You can come in here and just send an invitation, and they'll get an invitation, and then, with your permission, they can take control of your keyboard and mouse and actually see your screen. On the file sharing thing, you can pick a file that's, too big to send over email, and you can share a file with someone. Here's options, so you can come in here to preferences. And there's a bunch of different preferences, on how the thing works. You can just leave everything as the default. But you can see, you can set passwords. You can filter it by IP address, so only certain people can connect. And if you're using a proxy server, and it's where the event logs are stored, that's some other options. You can record your screen. So there's quite a bit of options in this program. And remember, like I said, it's free. There's more functionality if you buy the pro version, but we're just demoing the free version here. All right, so I'm just going to close this. All right, so let's demo connecting to your computer. Now, say I'm away and I'm, at the office or at Starbucks or any of the, anywhere really that has internet access. You can connect to this computer. And so to do that, I'm going to pull up an internet browser. Now, I can do this because the machine that you're viewing is actually a virtual machine. And so I can open up a new Internet Explorer browser here. Let me get it lined up so you can see it quite right. There, now you can see it. All right, I'm just going to go to logmein.com. Okay, so now we're pretending that I'm, not at home on that computer. I'm, away somewhere. So I'm just going to log in with the credentials I used before. Oh, it looks like I didn't verify the email. So I'll just say I'll verify it later. Looks like I have 6 days. All right, so this is the screen that you'll get anytime that you log in with your web browser. And you can see here's my machine right here. Let me turn off this password reminder. And you can just add another computer and another computer, and you'd have a list of all the computers here that are available. And so if I just click here on the computer, it's going to connect to that computer. And then I enter the same username and password that I would if I was sitting at the desktop. Okay, so it's just telling me you're about to connect to this computer, and so I say okay. And then you'll get the login screen, and you can see that nobody's logged in. And it's connecting my printer because I have the pro version trial here, so I'm going to just close this window. And then you just need to click on the user and put in your password. And it'll log me in just like I'm sitting in front of it. Now I can take this sideboard and just hit this little arrow here and push it away to the side. And there you can see I'm connected to my remote machine. I can pull up a Windows Explorer. I can open up any programs I want. I can, it's just like I'm sitting in front of it. And so the features of Pro give you the file sharing, the desktop sharing, the chat, computer management settings, scheduling, all this performance info. If you're using the free version, which this will revert to after my 2-week trial is up, you'll lose a lot of this functionality, but you can still connect and do, and log in and see everything just like you're sitting there. And so when you're connected, you have this little remote session thing that comes up here. And also on your toolbar here, I can configure what monitor resolution I want it to be, so I could increase the resolution. I can change the color quality, so if my connection's a little bit slower, I could cut this down a little bit. It'll be a little bit faster. Or I can turn it up if I want a faster connection. This will send a Control-Alt-Delete to the computer, so it's just like you hit the Control-Alt-Delete keyboard sequence. This is also your remote clipboard. And so, I could be over here and be working on a document. So say I want to take this, I can just copy this and bring it to my local PC. And so here's a thing on my local PC, and you can see I can, if I hit paste, there's nothing here. But if I sync the clipboard, you can see that I can paste across that remote session. And so that's pretty cool. That way you can get stuff out of an email maybe you have at home and you don't have to send an email to somebody else. It allows you to copy and paste across the session. So let me close this. And then you also have other options here. You can magnify, chat with somebody if they're sitting at the terminal. You got your remote printing. Some of the other options that we saw here, they're just expanded now. And then you also have volume. You can turn on or off your volume, if you're using the Pro version. All right, so remember, check on our how-to for Logmein. It'll be, how to connect to your computer remotely with Logmein. And, we may have a link there that'll get you a discount if you do want to upgrade to the Pro version. So thanks for watching.